the raids every day, every week.
What is that? Your blaster sound
That's
effect?
my blaster sounds.
Hold on, one sec. Okay.
Way to ruin my intro. Battlefront. A lot of Battlefront stuff came out, and by Battlefront I mean the Star Wars Battlefront.
Yes.
Of course. Ton of crap came out. Star Wars Celebration was this
Past week.
This past week.
16th through the 19th.
Really quick, we are a video game podcast. What did you gentlemen think about the Star Wars trailer?
Absolutely phenomenal.
Like I was talking to a guy at church this morning. I was like, "Hey, have you seen the Star Wars trailer?" And he's like, "No." I was like, "Well, you're a Star Wars fan?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "How have you not seen this?" So I showed it to him, and we were talking about it. I was like, "This is the first trailer I think probably in my life where when I watched it, like I literally felt like a little kid again. Like everything about it. And like I said, a lot of that probably has to do with nostalgia, with like characters and the music.
Definitely nostalgia.
Yeah, the music and the sound effects and stuff. Like you instantly like go back to that feeling of like watching.
Yeah.
Like I love the prequels too. Like I know a lot of people hate on the prequels, but personally they have a special place in my heart because we were like little kids when they came out. Like I didn't know any better at the time.
I read a good point is that like it's like our childhood of Star Wars is constantly being crapped on because it wasn't the original trilogy.
Right.
I mean, is
They also
kind of
weren't
goofy
as
as they
good.
are now. They aren't, but like we grew up with those.
Yeah.
And they're still a part
They're
of
still
like,
special
they're
because
still,
of that.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh-huh.
So it's just constantly. It's like every time you think of Star Wars, it's like the movies we grow up in. We're like, those are garbage. Those are garbage. Those are garbage.
Yeah.
I mean,
Don't get me wrong. I understand what people are saying about
I
them.
do, but like still, I mean, we still grew up with them and stuff, and in a lot of places they're very special to us.
Nothing's ever gonna dethrone the original three. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
But that's the point I was
obvious.
making is that like I instantly felt like being a young child watching the original 3 on VHS when I used to watch them when I was little, and like everything from the way like every shot was just gorgeous, like all the mystery to it, all the characters like that are gonna are gonna be intertwined somehow. And, like the story, we have like no idea what's happening, but everything just looks so freaking cool. And like I like just had this like childlike feeling at the end of that trailer. I was like, holy crap! Like everything about that was just beautiful.
The ending of that trailer is just so well done.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Han Solo. Oh my gosh.
Now, in relation to what I was talking about how being crapped on is primarily because none of our childhood Star Wars is even going to be in Battlefront,
Right.
which is what I was leading into with that. So there's going to be no Clone Wars, no droids, all that crap. I'm just going to go down a lot of stuff that's been confirmed for this brand new Battlefront.
Please enlighten us.
There is no co-op. There is no solo campaign. There is a series of little missions that you can play in co-op or split screen co-op. There's going to be 4 planets, and they've confirmed that there will be over 8 maps, which I hope so.
Yeah.
I don't.
On 4 different planets though, right?
Yes.
That's not including Jakku, because Jakku's that
Yeah,
the
that'll
the
be a
DLC coming out
Yes,
early.
free.
Which is
free
that's
DLC.
just linking Return of the Jedi to
Yeah.
Force Awakens.
If you pre-order, it will be available December 1st. If you don't pre-order, it'll still be available for free on the 8th. So it's free regardless. First person and third person switchable at will,
Which is a problem.
is confirmed.
I like
It's
that.
a big problem, Jacob.
It's
And
huge.
we're going to tell you why. DLC is free. There is no battle log, thank goodness. They're not implementing the Battlefield battle log. They're actually creating a new system. They're building it from the ground up to use with it. There is no space combats.
Disappointing.
Yes.
Yes, I think in one of our past podcasts
We were fantasizing about that.
Yeah, and we were like, no doubt there
Yeah.
is space combat,
Yeah.
because that just who would not put space combat in a Star Wars game?
Yeah.
Okay, it's not.
At least
it's
they
not
still
Earth
have
Wars.
some in-flight battles. Like you're still gonna be able to fly.
Yeah, but
your
like
TIE fighters.
the thing I loved about Battlefront 2 is hopping in your TIE fighter X-wing and flying to another person's ship in space, jumping out and destroying their base and stuff. That was freaking awesome. And especially with the level as it is now, that would have just been incredible. There's heroes now, Vader, Boba Fett. Nobody knows really how you activate them, but they're sort of power up. I don't know if it's kill streaks or if you just find a power up. Nobody can really figure it out. There are no clones droids, like I said. There is this is kind of disappointing. On console, at least, there's a max of only 40 players.
Okay.
So 20 on 20.
That's still pretty big.
I don't have a problem with that.
Compared to Battlefield 4, though, where it's over 60.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's not like a a bad thing, but it's kind of I thought it would be way more.
It's weird though because like when you originally or not originally but initially just thinking like, oh, it's only a 10 player or 20 player difference, right? Or if it's you said it's 40 people in a match.
Yes. So
and
20 on
Battlefield
20.
it's 60.
Yes.
So it's 20 people down from Battlefield, and then initial thoughts like, oh, that's not a huge difference, but like example in Halo, normal team slayers 4-on-4, but when you up it to 8-on-8 to 16, it's like insane how much crazier it is. So like just
Are the maps
adding
as big as a Battlefield map though?
no, I'm not talking about like that amount of players. I'm saying
Okay.
like in any game, if you add just 2 more players, it immediately already makes it that like 10 times more chaotic. So like then again, Battlefront maps might be slightly smaller than
They could be.
Battlefield, so it could make more sense, which I'm fine with as long as
they are just a little smaller.
right.
Because Battlefield 4 is huge.
Yeah.
As long as the players adequately fill out the maps, I don't care if it was 10-on-10. If they fill out the map well, then cool.
Now, are there going to be little derail here? Are there going to be bots? You think, kind of like in the other Battlefront games?
Maybe.
I hope.
They could
why.
even take a Titanfall route where it's 20-on-20, but there could be like 10 bots on
That's
each team.
what I was thinking, maybe,
Yeah.
because that's how Battlefront was. To
Yeah.
give it that really epic. I mean, I think that'd be cool.
That would be cool. It's kind of like
Titan.
Titanfall too in that sense. Like
Yeah.
Titanfall only
I like
had
that
like how
about
many
Titanfall.
players? Like 8-on-8 or 6-on-6 or something.
That made it seem
It was
really
6-on-6.
epic.
Yeah, and it had a bunch of bots that made it feel 10 times crazier. So
Yeah.
Okay, now this is what pissed me off a lot. And I don't want to be like pissing on this game because I am excited about this game, but a lot of this has really disappointed me from what we've seen so far. Granted, I don't think we should be too disappointed because, none of it's even been shown yet. Which is my disappointment is that I sat at this, I know you did too, this live stream thing, and they didn't even bother to show any gameplay at all. They just showed the same trailer twice.
They use the in-game engine to make the trailer.
I'm so tired of that though. My entire life, it's like I don't care if this is the in-game trailer. We all know it's rendered. We all know it's made to look absolutely flawless. The gameplay, I'm sure, is going to look great, but it clearly will not look that good. Let's just be honest. We've learned that from experience. And I know, don't get me wrong, trailer looks great, game looks awesome. I'm super pumped for it, but I think we've all in agreement here when you show a brand new game and people are dying to see this. Just start with this badass demo of it. Classic example, Uncharted 4. They didn't come out and be like, oh, here's a trailer and we'll show you gameplay a couple months from now. They just boom, long 30-minute gameplay trailer. That's what they should have done.
Yeah. Same with CD Projekt Red. They came out there and they were just here's a freaking 30-minute demo of us just running through this world, doing all these missions and stuff. What this game is coming out
November.
11th. Show the people that are buying 17th. Yes, buying your games the game. You're jerking off to the press and stuff, only showing them your game. Or are they the millions of people buying your game? No. Granted, they have their impressions might get you sales and stuff like that, but you've got I was watching a stream, there were 60,000 people watching this stream and they didn't even bother to show any gameplay. They showed
the comment section was full of what, no gameplay?
Yeah. it was being hyped up for weeks that this was the first time we were going to see this game and stuff, and only a certain amount of people behind closed doors got to see that. I'm sick of this game practice and stuff. Stop being so hidey. Show your freaking
Maybe
game.
It's not ready yet. They just want to show
If they're
something
not-
at the Star Wars celebration.
If they're not ready and it comes out in November, then that scares me. Then don't be showing it to anybody.
There will no doubt be a gameplay demo at E3.
Oh no!
But,
if there's not, then holy crap.
But
don't know if I'll buy it if there's
people
not.
are thinking. They've been working on this game for a while, a few years now, I think, and no doubt EA's this has to be out before the movie, or we're gonna kill all of you probably. But
Kill you all.
I'm
coming out a
sure
month
that
before.
could be a factor in it, but then again, maybe I've read in interviews, but you never know nowadays. People could just be bull crapping you, but they're we want it to be a grounded experience, not Earthbound, but ground battles is classic Battlefront. You're being on the ground and fighting each other, and planes flying overhead and stuff. Not planes, but ships, X-wings, and TIE fighter stuff flying overhead, having air battles and stuff, which is cool. But I know
Which makes sense because it is a remake, right? It's not a sequel. Correct.
I don't even know if you. I don't
think-
know if
I'm
it should be
pretty sure
described
they
as a
said-
remake. It's more of like a reboot, I think, than a remake. It isn't like they're taking the first game and just
Yeah.
like making it better. It's like
It's definitely not a sequel though to any of them.
no,
It's just
yeah,
Well,
it's just a new version.
have they even said anything about that? I think they're just making it.
yeah. It's just like
Yeah.
another
Yeah.
game.
Like, they're not really trying to do anything innovative. They're just making it look
I
better.
think they're playing it safe. They just don't
Yeah,
want to F it
they're-
up.
exactly.
Exactly. They're like, let's make just a good Battlefront game and let's just not screw it up.
Yeah.
Like that kind of sounds like what they're doing because they're not adding anything
Mhm.
that hasn't been in Battlefront before.
yeah,
I mean, as far as we know, as far as everything
don't know
they've
much,
shown-
but-
exactly. I mean, we know a good bit of information. They just won't show us the freaking game, which is just so frustrating.
yeah.
But like I said, it is coming out November 17th. Pretty soon. It's coming a full week before that on Xbox One and I believe
And PC. I think.
Mhm.
The which
EA
the
Access.
EA Access, which Sony specifically said they did not want EA Access on the
Mm-hmm.
PlayStation. So that's pretty cool, I guess. People are like freaking out, like.
Yeah, I'm
chill.
kinda disappointed.
I could
about
care
that.
less.
I
It's like
could
whatever.
too.
Now, if it was like a whole month, I'd be like, what the heck? But a week, I can live
And
with.
it's purely on EA Access. I don't even think it's the full game either. I think it's like. I don't think it's the full game. Granted,
Okay.
that's not 100% sure, but I've heard a lot of people saying that it's only like a set amount of hours or something.
Mhm.
I don't know. But pretty funny. Larry Erb tweeted it. Did you see this?
Larry Herb, Xbox Live's Major Nelson.
That's pretty good.
he tweeted a picture of he's like Battlefront on Xbox One and stuff, and the picture had on his blog the Battlefront thing, and right in the smack of the video was a big PlayStation logo.
Oh no!
Yeah, because the Battlefront trailer starts out with PlayStation
Yeah.
and it ends with PlayStation,
That's
and
funny.
it was so funny. His screen capture was of the PlayStation logo on his blog, so I thought that was pretty funny.
That is funny.
But yeah,
man.
let's I'm gonna go through this list again and let's get a yay or nay from either of you and just really quickly back up your yes or no.
Okay.
No campaign.
That kind of bums me out.
I'm fine with that.
You're fine with that?
Don't get me wrong. I'll live because it's like I know the core of Battlefront is the multiplayer, which that's why I love. I mean, I don't even. Could you play online in the original ones, like on Xbox
yeah,
Live?
yeah.
Okay, I don't recall ever doing that because I didn't get Xbox Live till I had 360.
Mhm.
So I know the core of Battlefront is a multiplayer, which I'm fine with. But I know it. I'm sure at some point down the road, with all the Star Wars movies coming out and Disney owns Star Wars now, they're gonna be milking the crap out of it. Video games, movies, books, comics, whatever it is. I'm sure at some point we'll get another great Star Wars first-person shooter, and we're going to see some more Star Wars
Hopefully.
RPGs that can make another KOTOR, I'm assuming, eventually.
That'd be awesome.
Stuff like that.
They are making an open world, I think, Star Wars game right now.
That's
That is
exciting.
in production. That the lead writer of Naughty Dog, Amy something,
Yes,
who left, she's working on it.
That's
So
exciting.
this isn't the only Star Wars game in production.
Right, yeah. So, I mean, I'm sure, because I know people would be like, oh, how great would it be to have a next-gen first-person shooter Star Wars campaign with, like, a great story? Like,
Don't-
that sounds cool to me, but...
Real
There's
quick,
also a spin-off movie
Don't
coming
hold
out.
me on that open world. For some reason, I said open world. I know they were at one time working on an open world game, but I think I read something about they're making it now. But whatever. Maybe it's not. I don't know.
Maybe.
I just don't want to say something and it not be true.
But
Like,
I'm
I'm
sure
sure.
we'll get another great Star Wars first-person shooter story-driven game eventually.
I want a
so.
sequel to Republic Commando.
Yeah, that was a cool game.
Yeah.
That was very cool.
Yes.
I want to see that bounty hunter game they canceled.
1313.
Yep.
That would be.
I wonder if
freaking
someone
awesome.
will pick that up again.
I hope.
It kind of bums me out, though, that they... I mean, I guess they might as well have just announced that you were playing as Boba Fett, but how cool would it have been if you, like, got to play through that game, you don't find out he's Boba Fett till, like, the end or something? That would
Yeah,
be cool.
Be cool.
That'd be
But,
freaking awesome.
It's still, I'd still be excited to play that if they picked it back up again.
Hopefully, like Disney will realize like how financially beneficial it'll be for them to like really invest in awesome video games because it is the number one entertainment medium in the world.
Yeah.
I mean, like we were just talking about, Grand Theft Auto is making
They've kind of
billions of dollars.
They've kind of dipped their feet in
Almost.
lately with the whole Disney Infinity thing.
Yeah, and they're finding out because they're
Yeah.
like they're about to release or they're
mean,
on their third version of it and
Huh.
stuff. So I mean, I'm sure that's blowing up for them too.
And it's
So-
no amiibo. Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so You're okay with it. You're not okay with it.
For the most part, we know the story.
I'm not devastated,
we know
but
the
I would have
Star
liked.
Wars
I would have
story.
loved for there to be an actual campaign, but it's not like the end of me. It's just kind of like crap.
Yeah.
I'm just excited for Star Wars. So.
Yeah. I am too. I mean, I was gonna play that for multiplayer anyways, but having a cool single player campaign is always awesome.
Exactly.
There's only gonna be 4 planets.
But you said there's 8 maps.
Over at least 8.
So you're thinking there? I'm assuming.
2 per planet?
Yeah, exactly. Like
At
2
least.
variations of each
I don't know.
planet.
As long as I got Hoth,
They didn't say
I'm
there was
fine.
just 8. They said there's at least 8. So I don't know what that means.
I'm so pumped for that battle on Hoth, dude.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. So
That's all I care about.
4
I wanna be the
planets,
donkey.
potentially 8 maps. I think starting out that's fine. Obviously, we have Jakku coming out for free.
It's coming out like a month later, so
Yeah, that's coming out for free.
Less than that.
And obviously there'll be additional DLC, which I know a lot of people get really pissed about. Like, why wasn't this in the launch of the game? But I'm sure
It's gonna be awesome.
after DLC comes out, there'll be a bunch more
I
places.
think hopefully there'll be more than 8 maps. Hopefully, like he said 8 minimum.
Yeah.
How many did like Battlefield? Battlefield had more than 8, right?
I can't even
don't know.
remember.
I don't know. 8. doesn't
Battlefield
sound
4
that
had
much.
quite a few.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, this is where it gets intense. First person, third person at will. Yeah or nay?
No, nay, definitely for me.
Nay, definitely.
And only for one specific reason, and I know that you are in totally agreement. We've talked about this, is when you're in first person and you're like, oh, I'm getting shot at, let me take cover behind something. And you like can hide, but you can't see around that cover. In third person, you can hide behind a wall and peek around walls and see where people are coming. You can hide under stuff and easily see where people are and pop up and take them out real quick. In first person, you're limited with your view. So me and Preston were thinking, not to speak for you, but was there should be an option between you want to go into like play on any map in first person or go into this lobby and play any map in third person. That way everyone's balanced as far as like a competitive level, because this is a competitive shooter where you're playing against other players and some people run around in third, some people run around first. Don't get me wrong, the option's great, but I don't think it should be limited to like I can switch between it at will. So
I could see that becoming a problem.
Yeah. Like imagine playing Destiny in first person, but this other guy's playing in third person. He can like see around everything and like I don't know.
Maybe just everyone will play in third. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean that is a thing. As much as I'm completely with you, I agree with you 100% of everything you just said.
Thank you for your opinion.
You're really handsome saying it too.
But the fact that they have an option though in the good scheme of things, I should say, is developers of Battlefront, it's a good first person shooter. I'm sure the first person will look good, it'll feel good. In third person, I feel like since the original Battlefront days, third person shooting has come a long way since then. So I'm hoping they take that in consideration. Imagine like a Star Wars third person shooter that feels as good as like Gears of War or The Order or something. I'm very eager to see how it
feels and how it looks when they show us third person.
Well, apparently third person was added due to fan demand.
Yeah.
They wanted it just first person. Now, this is what I was going to say before I had like a complete brain fart. It's not going to be necessarily unbalanced, because if I can look around cover, guess what? You can look around cover
you
too.
can always switch between them.
Everybody's
I'm sure it's
gonna
going
be
to be a
looking
click of
around
the button.
I don't want that though.
I know.
I don't want to be constantly switching back and forth. I just want to hop into a game, run out there, and just fight. I don't know. I feel like that's bringing another mechanic that necessarily doesn't need to be needed, like in that. Because I mean, if I can see over cover, and like, what if the third person is actually really good? Like, just play in third person.
Yeah.
Which is cool, but like there needs to be different servers, like a third person server, a first person server, just so it's like if I don't want to even have to worry about that, let me go into a first person server.
I think it should
maybe
be...
you can do that in servers, lock them and stuff. Maybe.
Yeah. I think it should be when you are a soldier with a gun, you're first person. When you become Vader, like Boba Fett or something, you third person.
I agree with that 100%.
Yeah, I agree.
I completely
because you want to be overpowered when you get to that stage.
Oh, exactly. Because
so that makes sense.
I read or I've heard or read something. They said that like these heroes that you can be really they're the bosses of the match. Yeah. They can really turn the tide of a game. If you like,
you're meant to have many people take you out.
Oh yeah, exactly. If I'm Vader, like leading my 19 guys like up against like their Boba Fett or something, like it's gonna be an all-out freaking war of like two sides conflicting of the bosses and stuff,
for sure.
So it can really turn the tide, which I don't even know if two heroes can be in it at the same time. Hopefully, I'm assuming that'd be really stupid if you couldn't.
I don't know.
I'm sure there will be. I know you could do that in the previous one. So
I want Luke and Vader going
you could do that
it.
in Battlefront too.
Yeah,
can you imagine the DLC that they might come out with all the different heroes? That could be bad. You know,
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
they'll offer like Darth Maul.
Like,
as
here's the prequel, guys. You've been asking for $30. Which is
hopefully that
which
doesn't
is
happen, but...
if there's a substantial value in the game, I'm fine with that. But if this game is like, because as of now, like if there's only 8 maps, not even a single player campaign, just these missions, like that, dude, that is
Titanfall.
dry. That is literally Titanfall all over again. That is very dry. Hopefully they're withholding.
I mean, it's gonna be better than Titanfall just because it's Star Wars.
I mean, it's gonna have it's gonna have more playability, I think, from just because the amount of teamwork and heroes and
because
stuff like
Dice
that.
made it.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a combination of the amount of time they have and a fear of doing something that they think is risky. Like, I don't know if, like you said, I don't know if they're just trying to play it safe, like, oh, we don't want to do too much, just to keep it simple, or if EA's like, get this out before Christmas, and they can only like fit so much into it at one time. I don't know what it is. It could be, and there could be something else entirely. We don't know, but I think, is there any other bullet points we have to go through?
We have a lot.
Okay, yeah, let's continue then, because there's something I wanted to say at the end, but
right.
it won't make sense till the end.
There's no battle log, which I think we're fine with that.
Yeah.
I don't think
Thank
anybody
you.
even use that. It's kind of just gotten away in Battlefield.
Hopefully there'll be a party system.
There is.
Okay.
I didn't write this down,
Thank
but there is a
goodness.
partner system.
Praise the
Right,
Lord.
that you can join, and like you can automatically respawn and stuff. So it's kind of like squads, but I think it's like with 2 people. But I don't know. Hopefully they didn't say anything about
better
a
than
party
none.
system. But parties, like I said, party system is actually in Battlefield 4 now and stuff. So they hope they learned their lesson. If there's not a party system, though, that's just really stupid. Anyway,
You said you weren't going to get the game if there wasn't a party system, so...
I'll get it, but I'll be pissed off. No space combat, yeah or nay?
Yeah, it bums me out.
Nay, gay. Just kidding.
Maybe the next one.
Maybe.
Maybe DLC. We will see.
We will see. Heroes are cool. Vader's cool. No Clone Wars.
Hope Luke's in there.
That's not a big deal to me.
Yeah.
It's
I mean, it would have
whatever.
been cool, but
Yeah.
Maybe they'll do a expansion or something.
Yeah.
max 40 people.
That's not like I said.
I'm
I mean,
fine with
if
that.
you fill out the map and it doesn't feel overcrowded or not crowded enough, then I think it's fine.
Yeah.
It's all about how the amount of people scale on the maps.
Yeah. Man, it's coming out November 17th. I guess we can say yay to that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
cool. That's what I was gonna say. Is in
do it.
not in sight, but in consideration of all the information we have on the game, the little amount we've seen so far, let's consider. I mean, we've considered the things that we kind of went through it already, like things we like, things we don't like. But let's think of like all the positive things. First and foremost, it's a Star Wars video game, a next-gen Star Wars video game. That's something obviously that we're all excited about. That's cool. Comes out this year. That's very cool. Battlefront is beloved.
We
Star
don't
Wars
just have to play
franchise,
Halo
so.
and Call of Duty. We got something
Exactly,
else to shoot
yeah.
at.
It's just another really great shooter that'll be out this year. Hopefully, when we see a demo, we'll just be blown away by it. With the limited amount of content in our eyes, maybe it could just be still really awesome. I mean, some of the things I'm still hoping for that they haven't talked about yet is like customizing your Star Wars guns, potentially
I think you can.
customizing your character.
I think you can.
Customize your clone or
I remember there is
Stormtrooper.
customization.
Like how cool would this be? Like, you start out with a stormtrooper like bare bones like armor, and you can like unlock the first order is what they're called, I think, in the new Star Wars movie. Like unlock the new stormtrooper armor. That'd be cool.
That'd be awesome.
Or like, what if you can unlock that chrome trooper from the trailer? Unlock his or her armor. How sick would that be? That'd be awesome.
So cool.
It would just look cool. I get really into armor, like in Halo and stuff. I like the armor and stuff.
If they did it similar to Halo, that would be really cool.
Yeah, I mean, if you can't customize your character, it's not a big deal.
Let's just make Halo with Star Wars guys.
Yeah, but I mean, that's some of the good things to consider. It's like those are still things I'm hoping for, but I don't know. We'll see.
We can assume there's going to be customization dice. Battlefield 4, there was a ton. So not to your soldier, but
Let's hope there's none of those battle pack things.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, those were
I
kind
kind
of
of feel like
annoying.
there will be, but
Probably, because that's good
Whatever.
DLC.
yeah.
Just opening a booster pack for your attachments and stuff. Why don't I work for them? That's a better idea.
But in light of
Which you can. I don't know. I don't play that game enough to know.
in light of the slightly disappointing reveal they had there's still some good things that came out of it. There's still a lot to look forward
got
to.
Me excited.
Yeah, I'm still very excited to play it. I'm most definitely going to buy it. Even if the E3 demo just blows, like the fact that it's Star Wars, a part of me still wants to give it a chance.
As a Star Wars fan, I owe it to myself just to have the game.
Yeah, for sure. So I think there's still a lot to look forward to. There's a lot to hope for still. So we'll see how it goes that come this E3. I'm assuming we'll see a lot more. But I think so definitely something to look forward to.
For sure.
All right. Sounds good, guys.
Cool.
I think that'll do it for episode 9 of the It's Obvious Gaming Podcast, our weekly podcast. You can check us out on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Sometimes
the days vary because, like...
Lately, they've been kind of off.
Yeah, just because, like, one of us will get either really busy with work or something will come up that hinders us from the editing process. Like, something we have gotten down really well is our workflow is significantly improved since the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So our workflow's down, and the editing process is a breeze, too, when we have the time. But unfortunately, we're all tied down to our jobs. Like, this isn't like our main priority. Like, this is still a hobby for us. We'd like it to be more than that, God willing, if we grow at some point.
Yeah.
But
this would be the dream.
Yeah, right now this is something we do in our part-time to the best of our ability with the time we have. So hopefully down the line this will pick up more and we'll be able to dedicate more time to it. But in the meantime, like you said, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday this podcast comes out, and Tuesdays and Thursdays, sometimes Saturdays, depending on, like I said, the days.
Yeah.
We have some Let's Plays.
Regardless, it's coming out weekly.
Yeah.
We're getting it out weekly.
Well, right now the kind of formula we've been doing is like we'll have one gameplay that's like an online thing. It'll just be like the gameplay, and then like Creed or what else have we done?
Bloodborne.
Yeah. Then we'll another day we'll have where we're like sitting in front of a TV, all three of us playing a game.
Mm-hmm.
So
purely based on
trying to add more variety on the channel.
Yeah. I mean, of course, we can't play Creed all on camera and stuff.
Right.
So I mean, I'm sure we could, but
it'd be a hassle.
Yeah,
too complicated.
Big hassle. It's already a hassle enough as it is the way that we're recording. But anywho's, it all comes out 2 Let's Plays, 3 episodes of our podcast every single week. So stay tuned for that. If you are actually interested in getting our podcast, just message us or post a comment, and we'll send it to you somehow. I know some guy did, but we're not currently on SoundCloud or anything because our stuff is way too long, so we have to pay for that.
Yeah, SoundCloud basically kicked us off. They're like, "What do you think you're doing?"
How dare you? So,
but yeah,
if you're interested in that at all, just let us know. We'll be happy to give you an audio file, if by any means you want it. But anything left to say, guys, or that'll do it.
I think that's it for me. It was good to see you guys again. It's always a pleasure being here with you guys. So it was cool.
And it was good seeing everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. As always, leave us a comment if you have something nice, mean, or funny to say. I mean, you could even tell us a story in the comments. I'll probably read it, but I'll even respond to it. But we'd love some more comments. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up. That would be sweet too.
Yeah. We've had no thumbs downs yet.
Yeah, that's exciting.
That's pretty
I'm sure there'll come a day when that happens. I'm actually hoping for that.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
Good.
But and also if you dig the video, subscribe, because we have these coming out every week. So even if like I said, we have no relevance in the gaming industry whatsoever. We're just 3 dudes that love games, love talking about them, love playing them, and we just give our opinions. And if anyone cares to listen, we're here. So we'd love to have more followers. So we appreciate any and all of you that like and comment or just simply watch our videos. Thank you for taking the time to do so.
All right, well, that'll do it. Join us next week for episode 10, and we'll see y'all later.
See ya.
See ya.